It's warm. Probably have to turn the fan off. Alrighty. Oh. It is way too warm in here. Anyways. Well, it's about similar shitty outside as in my room at the moment, so yeah, guess I'll just have to live with this. Hello, it's simple. Mr. Trossard. Still pissed about Qatar. Well, happens. You did really well for a really long time. Tell you that much. I hope you do, as your race capabilities are definitely there. You do have a lot of pace, and yeah, a bit luck needed at the moment, but all in all, I would say you look very, very quick. It's way too warm in here, this room. I'd have to probably turn all the fans off for the stream, otherwise you're just gonna hear a massive tornado all time during the race. No track. There's only one track worse than Silverstone on battery, and that is Jeddah. Every other track is better than Silverstone. So no, there's the track that is worse than Silverstone on battery is only Qatar, but it's only Jeddah. But no, it's still not great. You basically are forced to stay in none throughout the entirety of Sector 2, which doesn't make it any good, but yeah. Your first league race was Spa. My first league race in this league, or in general, my first league race would be a good question, because my very first league race has been a while ago, and I actually would have to look it up manually. But I think I know my first ever race win. I know my very first race. My very first race, I know. My very first league race was in F1 2019, and that was Bahrain. My first race win ever was... My first podium in a league was China, and my first race win was Baku. That was my, yeah, my first race in this league. Yeah. Oh yeah, you took someone out intentionally last season, wasn't it? Yeah. No, my very first race in this league was Realistic Mexico in a Haas, if I'm not completely wrong. And that is so far back that I think it's not even on the app, because I joined basically 20 minutes before the race started. And that was my first race. I had an incident with my friend, who's currently not in the stream and wasn't in my stream for a very long time, is Noodles. I had an incident with him and killed him in the stadium section. Um, but that was my very first race in PGR history. And my dear friend Noodles is currently, I think, not home. Oh no, he's probably home because he sent me a message 2 minutes ago. But yeah, I got pissed off and just sent it to someone turn one. Yeah, no, that will definitely get you banned. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I can get him in the stream. Let me just send him a link. Maybe he joins. Maybe we can bait him in here. Can hear to my screams. So we're currently 17 people in the lobby, which is more than I thought it would be after I read all those messages today. Yeah. You want to do Mexico? I mean, I have to say, Mexico is not one of my. To be fair, on the F125 game, I fucking did, with the 25 cars, I despised Mexico because the dirty MX Sector 2 is so unenjoyable. Hello, Dan White. But with the 26 cars, I can imagine that Mexico is actually somewhat fun. The problem I see is just you have an extremely long straight. I think that would be kind of a problem. But all in all, after these long straights, you have a very slow beginning of Sector 2, so I guess you could save up a good amount of battery. This is the Bergen Fan YouTube channel. If Bergen's here. Oh, Bergen's even here today. Bergen's not been in the stream so far. He's been very naughty. Yeah, this is the Bergen Fan Club YouTube channel. All in all, this is the Bergen. I mean, to be fair, Bergen left me on Tuesday, the absolute dickhead. But yeah, this is the Bergen Fan channel. But to be fair, Bid, you did really well in Qatar, I have to say. Not getting a track limit penalty around Qatar is a very impressive feat, and you can be very proud of that. That being said, where's Bergen? Where is Mr. Bergen? Where's my friend Bergen? Bergen's not here. Well, guess the Bergen Fan channel was for today without Bergen. It's a sad day. So, alligator's in here today. That's interesting. He's quick. I like alligator. Alligator's cool. It's a cool dude. Like in general, like the PGR guys, I like them a lot. They are very cool dudes. Except for Superior. I had some major incidents with Superior all the time. No, jokes aside. No, the BGR guys are fine. They're very nice dudes. If you have the pleasure to talk to them, they are super nice dudes. Don't know why, but I think this is just like a massive friend group that just joined PGR at some point. No, there's like a crazy amount of them in here, which is funny. Yeah. still missing Bergen. What'd you say, little shit? Oh, there you are, Bergen. Was wondering where you are. Thought you left me. Just like you did on Tuesday. For some reason it sounds mega fucked for me at the moment. Don't know why. How you doing, Bergen? Yeah. Good luck to the lads. We'll see. Maybe Nello gets a decent result for once. Poor guy's always been cursed when that one comes. So, I hope he gets a decent result today. We will see how Chris Basson does today. With his stellar qualifying performance every week. Can't wait. Bit says he's going to win this race comfortably. Well, after his performance in Qatar, I wouldn't be surprised. So who's going to be the first out on track? While Bid and Bergen are at each other's throat. Mr. Basson is going to be the first out on track. Can't believe it. So, Basson's going to take us round Spa. As he now went through Ravillon and the Rouge. Now we're going down the Camel Straight into... I don't know which corner combination it is. Is it Le Comme or is it Stavelot? I don't know. One of the two. As he now goes into the hairpin in the middle of Sector 2. And, yeah. We'll see. Now going up to Puhon, or the double left downhill. It's a really cool and fast corner. Back then in F1 2020 you could take this one flat out completely. You didn't even have to brake for it. That was super cool. Into this combination. I think on the older F1 games we really had problems with the curbs here. This has been somewhat eliminated on this game. A lot of people touched the gravel here in this corner, and back then you also lost your rears a lot of times into that fast right-hander. Now coming up to Blanchimont, and then the bus stop chicane. I think there's going to be a lot of battery saving in Sector 2. And we shall see. Now, through the bus stop chicane goes Basson, and he will start his qualifying lap. Goes onto the outside curb, does not touch the sausage curb. And then up into Rouge. Through Rouge we go. Hello, Lani. Lani, when are you coming back? Haven't seen you in a long time. Now, at the end of the Camel Straight, Basson now into the right-hander, doesn't use a lot of curb on the inside. And goes a bit through the gravel. Now into the hairpin. 23.8. Ja, okay. So next week. Next week. What's today? So next week on Sunday you're back. I think next week Sunday is 23rd, right? I mean, I miss you watching you. I mean, you are a very quick driver to see, and you improved lots and loads during this season, at least before the season. So it would be interesting to see you again. But now Basson goes down the back straight, and it's gonna go up to Blanchimont. I'm gonna have today's the 14th. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be more than that. Yeah, next week Sunday. Is it? Is that the 23rd? Yeah, should be. On Monday, the 23rd. One of those two. Basson comes across the line, does the first lap as a 47.1. Let's see what the Ferrari of Gunnar is doing. As he comes around the last corner. He's going to do a 47.4. Then there's a white car. Somebody spam. Played as a 46.9, and Dan White comes across the line as a 48.1. And yeah, so Pick to Fly goes second for now with a 47.0. Bergen does a 47.6, goes up into P5. Heisenberg's going to come into the bus stop. He goes very deep into the bus stop chicane. He's going to come out of the bus stop chicane. Where is he going to put his lap? He does a 46.9. So there's definitely a few tens in that corner. So Heisenberg does look very quick. So look, as Zakinak comes around the last corner with mediums, he does a 45.8. He is a second quicker than everybody else on mediums in an Audi. What a lap that is from a Zakinak. PGR Superior comes around the last corner, does a 47.9, and Medov 1 is going to be on a lap. Zakinak absolutely knocks it out of the park with his opening run. .8 on mediums as well. Melifon comes up to the last corner through the bus stop chicane. And he's going to go into P2 or 46.5. Very decent lap there from Mr. Matt. Craig does a 48.5. Alligator comes around the last corner. He does a 46.6. Goes into P3. Very impressive for the Cadillac. And now we have Bitch and Rattigan on their old laps. Well, most of them went back into the pits. Let's see what Brit does. Goes down the camel straight in at the end of sector 1, does a 32.1, goes a bit deep there. It goes deep twice. Superior improved into P2 for 46.5. Let's see what it does. And he was through the last couple of corners. He did a 48.0. See what the Ratigan does. He did a 46.8, goes into P5. Durgan's up by 5 tenths. Durgan has used up a lot of battery into here. It's 1.1 seconds up. Now goes Shilbong Shimon. Now all the way down into the bust of chicane. .3, he lost 7 tenths in the last sector. Then White improved by 1.3 seconds down to 46.7. Clay's up. Heisenberg's up. So look at if he's simple. Has invalidated. The 46.6 goes up into P5. Plays up 5.5 cents, but he's also out of battery now. Yeah, he also lost his entire advantage. Picks the flies up 7.5 tenths. Into the last corner he goes. No, not optimal, but still okay. Is he gonna go and beat the time? Yeah, he's up 46.1 now into P2. Great lap there from Picks to Fly, but there's probably still something left in the bus of chicane. coming out. It's going to pit. It's going to play. The cycle. It's as simple, was in the grass and he's lost his front wing. Alligator's up 6/10. And this looks like Alligator could go for pole position here. At least for provisional pole. It's currently 9/10 up. But he's going to lose out on top speed. Now out of the last corner, where's Alligator going to put his car? It's a 45.83 with a Cadillac. That is mental. Superior's up by a 10th. But that is only sector 1. And Superior comes around the last corner and now will start his final run. Nello was underway and is now going to finish his lap. Well, yeah, not an improvement. And he will run out of fuel at the end of this lap, so that is sadly it for him. Let's see what Superior can do. Oh, Medavon's directly behind him. And Superior's 2.5 tenths up, almost 3. He definitely has a shot at pole position, and I think the last time I did comms on him, he always was around the top. So, yeah. Good amount of battery here through Puhon. He wants to have, I think, 60. Alligator's on the pit lane, he won't come back out. Let's see what Superior does. He's got 70% battery, he's going to use a bit. He's just half a tenth up, but he now does have the battery down the back straight. I mean, calling it straight is a stretch, but we will see. What can Superior do now through Blanchimont? And he runs out of battery, but to be fair, that is normal around here. And he goes into the last couple of corners through the bus stop chicane. Oh, and he spins! No way. Tries to get out of the way. Matter of one, comes across the line. Couldn't improve. So Pixel flies on the way. Zaki makes a 10th up. Let's see the McLarens are kind of close to finishing. Oh, Bit goes super wide for the last corner. Yeah. That's it for Bit. That should be Dan White on his last run. Yeah. It's in the pits. Rattigan comes around the last corner. Ford 6.1 goes into P4. That's Basson. It's also finished. Bergen jumps into P7. Izaki Mac goes on pole with a 45.4. Play. Yeah, does not improve position-wise. And so Picks to Fly is going to be the last one coming across the line. Can he do anything against the pole position of Izaki Mac? No, he can't. So Izaki Mac's going to be on pole by 4/10. Then Alligator, it's 3/10 in front of P3. Pix and Rattigan are basically identical times, and then we have 4/10 to Superi. Superi probably would have closed that gap with his lap. Sadly, he span out of the last corner, which definitely looked like a promising lap, but that is by far the biggest gap we had the entire season. Normally we had like a maximum of 1.5 seconds. But Izaki Mac is a second in front of P5. That is by far the biggest gap we had the entirety of the season. But to be fair, it's the longest track. Bit sadly not in a winning position at the moment. So it's going a bit against Bergen's prediction at the moment. Well, thankfully qualifying doesn't bring points. That's also probably the mentality Bit is currently having. So, yeah. Everything still to gain with only 22 laps. It's also not raining. Oh, yeah, true. Realistic doesn't have rain. Forget me. Forget it. Forget what I said. Boost is a major issue. Boost is not a major issue, Bergen. Mr. Battery Whisperer, alright? You just have to press the button more gently, Bergen. I think I've never even I never saw you qualify in the top 7, I think, so far this season. So this is a big qualifying for you. Bergen and Basson are just two dudes that just have great race performance, but never cannot qualify if their life depends on it. Piss me off every season. Let's see. Let's see. Alright. So, there's only going to be medium and hards. Nobody's going to be on softs, right? Thank fuck. Oh, both front runners go for hards. So pigs will fly and Ratagan on mediums in the second row, and Madaf1 and Superior in the third row are on mediums. Yeah, pretty equal split. We do have more medium runners than hard runners, but still. 7 hard runners compared to 10 medium runners. Crazy. So, yeah. I'm gonna have a look at the crossover period. Nobody's gonna do a true stop. At least not per choice. I'm gonna have a look at the crossover period of Belgium. Give me 1 second. Belgian crossover size. So, ideal tire wear. 7% for mediums a lap and 5% on hards per lap. 35 kilograms of race fuel. And tire life ideal. 6 laps over, that's a lie. The mediums are slower than the hards after 3 laps. So, Bergen already put the prediction in that Bit's gonna win comfortably. So, yeah, let's have a look-sees. Crazy angles from the top 2 guys. That is a mental angle from the 2. So the lights are about to turn off and on again, and it's lights out and away we go. For Alligator does not get the grip. Pigs gets a great start and he's in the lead. They're 3 wide in turn 1. But I think Pigs has done it. And we have a yellow flag and a virtual safety car. Millie Psycho almost dropped it into the pit lane. And Superior is also round at the end of Le Rouge. Did he get wing damage? Can't see from there. No, he doesn't. Hello, Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex is here. And he is the guy that I told you about. He is my first not reported PGR incident in history of PGR. He was the man that I took out in my first race in PGR. So this is Noodles. Yeah, I think he was in a Haston. I was in a Haston. He was in a racing car. I don't know what the combination was back then, but we both were not on the greatest cars around in realistic Mexico, and I took him out in the stadium section, and he didn't report me. As Alligator goes for the lead now, with the Cadillac. Yes, and I slept at his house. That all what he said is true, and I slept at his house. That was great. But yeah, you can put it like that if you want to. Definitely slept together in the same bed. Cuddled and everything. Alligator's out of battery. Zakamak will go past. As Rattigan is now in P3, overtook Pigs. Rattigan does have the battery to go for Alligator. And he is through. So Rattigan can attack for the lead, and Pix is now at the back of Alligator. Will we see a move here in a short while? No, Metaphor is also here. Box is pit, yeah. It's funny how in real life they also say box. It's called pit then, but yeah. Box is pit. And Alligator is now got passed by Pigs. Alligator tries to get back. Rattigan overtakes exactly Mac. And Pigs is trying to defend against Alligator. Alligator, ew, breaks lane and he goes straight on into the last corner. That could have been a massive incident. Luckily that was avoided. Rattigan goes for faster pass for now. Play gets overtaken by Dan White. Yeah, you prefer box, do you? I mean, it makes see you later, Alligator, yeah. Oh, should have seen that coming, to be fair. Mataphon is now going to go past Pigs. Yes. And yeah, it's as simple as the first one of the penalty. As he gets overtaken by his teammate, and I think he lost his win. Yeah. Benwood and Play are fighting it out. Zakimak overtook Rattigan. It's thrown down for the moment by Rattigan. Yes, having a decent race for now. And Play is very close to Dan Wild. He will probably try and go for it. He just shows his nose on the inside, but he doesn't go for it. And there's another yellow flag. I don't know who it was. Oh. Zakimak gets overtaken by Rattigan directly before the detection point again. Yeah, fighting. Yeah, it's as simple does have wing damage. And then White and Play are fighting. And Rattigan gets re-overtaken by Zakimak. But Rattigan is still side by side with him. Oh, Pix tries it around the outside of Metaphon. Wow. Bergen is just sneaking around. It's as simple as getting a second 3-second penalty. And Pix is gonna go for it. Yeah, Zakimak lets Rattigan go again for the detection point. The alligator's gonna get overtaken. He's now back in this fight. And the Zakimak's gonna go ahead again because Ratigan's out of battery. And Dan White goes on the inside of Clay, pulls out again, so there won't be an overtake bit. And Superior's on the gravel. It's E Simple and Bid are now through. So yeah, another position gained. And it's his Simple hits the wall and is out. It's E Simple retires on track. He retires via bolt menu. He retires via pulse menu. Interesting, but yeah. And Pix goes through. Alligator is gonna follow. Ooh, there are 3 wide and Matters in the wall. He's whoa. While Bergen and Basson are fighting, and Nat fights Basson there. There's no need for Man of One to fight this hard now. He's got nothing on his front wing left. But yeah, that's definitely going to end up in the report channel. And there's another yellow flag. But yeah, that's Man of One just letting the people go. Very clean from him. Oh, he gets a 10-second penalty for that. Oh, he gets a 10-second penalty for letting people by. Great. That's brutal. I mean, Man of One's race is completely ruined now. You get 10-second pen, no front wing, extra pit stop. Yeah. Can't get much worse than this from here. And Heisberg's dead! Heisberg, both Hasses crash in the same lap. Heisberg hits the wall after Blanchimont. Right here on the left, there must have been contact. I refer to my earlier comments, yeah. Absolute crazy, and now everybody is just gonna go and pit for hards. And it's gonna be hards to the end. Race is fucked, yeah. I mean, what can you say? So, everybody's gonna go hards to the end, except the people that are on hards currently. So I bet Jordan Reed, just a little contact. Who's Jordan Reed? That would be a good question. Because I think you were not in my comment section before. I would guess that is Heisenberg, but... I just watched Murder. You're Heisenberg, so what happened? Basson receives 10 seconds compared to track limits. Under the safety car. So what happened exactly? Was there contact with someone, or did you just lose your rears and fly off? Just a little incident, yeah. Poor Matt, yeah. Matt got absolutely railed. I wonder what happened to Heisenberg if there was contact. Nearly psychos on weight reduction plans, good. I mean, Zakimak pits, Ratigan pits, Alligator pits. The thing with the hearts is I don't know if the mediums can actually go to the end from here. So you made contact with someone. Oh, that's pretty cool. So Ratigan gets fresh hearts, he can definitely go to the end from here. I don't know about the mediums. I don't know why Play stayed out. Because he is on the ideal strategy. He could have gone through to the end on hard. I don't know why he stayed out. But yeah. Metafon also stayed out. Metafon stayed out with a broken front wing. What on earth are you doing? Why is he still out? Why didn't you pit? He's still out with a 10-second penalty in a broken car. What on earth are you doing, Matt? I would say Ratigan is in the currently best position to go to the end because Zakimak and Alligator have a tough time with the mediums. I don't know what Metafon is doing. Fix a flight, 10 seconds for heavy collision with Play. Did he at least lose a wing? Oh yeah, there was a proper heavy collision. He at least lost his front wing. Oh, that's good. It's good to see. At least it wasn't for nothing. I'm just baffled with Metafon's strategy. Saving tires for one more lap. Yeah, true. Saving his front wing for one more lap as well. Okay. Pigs pits again. Going to get rid of the 10 seconds and get a new front wing. This is going to be some very long pit stops. Oh, they don't get rid of the 10 seconds from out of one. That's crazy. They don't get rid of 10-second penalties for corner cutting. Didn't know about that. I did not know about that. So, tires are mostly irrelevant now. Picks might even pit again, just to get onto the hards again. We will see. I doubt it, but I mean, the mediums probably will make it to the end, but it's not going to be fun. Rattigan and Baston currently have the best cards, at least tire strategy wise, for this race. So, two people have not pitted, and I don't know why. Safety cars in this lap, as Akimak will lead, followed by Rattigan and Alligator. Play and Guna with the old tires. Bergen with fresh mediums. Because Matt got them for corner cutting. I think that's why. Oh, maybe he had 20 seconds. That's honestly something I could check. Yeah, but just not now. Just not now, as the vacuum mag is gone. Rattigan kinda slept the restart. And Bergen is through on his teammate. Should be through on his teammate. They are going side by side into a whoosh. Play, you have way older tires. Just let your teammate go. Jesus. Team orders at Williams are not on players. Crazy stuff. So, obviously Zakimak is now kicking off. While Alligator is going down the inside. And it's through for now. Let's see what Bergen does. And Superior is round. Yep. Lost his wing in the gravel. And Rattigan can barely keep up with Alligator here. And Basson is going to go through on play. Yes. He's getting like fast slap. And Pix is making some moves. Well, Play and Basson are fighting. And Baston's gonna go through, and maybe Guna now has a chance to also go through. Yes, he does. But Dan White is probably gonna try and follow through too. Just not now. Hello, Irish Scouts. How you doing, man? How's Chinese? It's a simple retired on track. How you doing, Chris? Well, I'm doing fine, mate. How you doing, Irish? How are you doing? It's simple, retired on track, and Heisenberg had contact with someone through Blanchiment, then DNF'd. Yeah, forced him. He had no choice. Prey is now in the pit lane to change his tires. Alligator and Rattigan are fighting. Rattigan goes through for now, but will get re-overtaken. Bergen's out the back here. And Rattigan is gonna go through on Alligator. I mean, I don't know what really happened to him, but I do know that he retired via pause menu. I don't know what actually happened before that, but he did retire via pause menu. There must have been some kind of incident because it was in the gravel, but still. I mean, you could look back. I think it was one lap before the safety car, so it must have been lap 6. Lap 6 or lap 5, if you want to check. But it should be retiring on track. So, Ezaki Mack is now 4 seconds up the road. And Dan White gets overtaken by Pigs. And Alligator is going to stay behind after good. But we'll probably go for a move, yeah, not here. Into turn 1 most probably. But Rattigan is already, pace-wise, looking more okay than he was before. And Malafon goes for the move on Dan White, but it's not enough to go through. Well, Pix is already back into P7. Can Alligator go for a move here? At the end of the camel straight? No, he cannot. Yeah, we don't see. Yeah, no, I wasn't on board with him, but I know that you can see on the minimap and how his retired car drives itself off the track that he definitely retired via pause menu. That is what you can see. But yeah, nice to see you, Irish. Good to hear. Or Scouse. Just never knew how to reach the goal. Alligator's very slow, still Rattigan and just should go through. I don't know why Rattigan just lets him pass for now, so he can get the overtake. So yeah. He finally does, and Rattigan gives the lead. Yeah, nice for him, man. But yeah, no. Sadly, my wheel had some glitch on Wednesday, so I couldn't actually try to be good on my favorite track. That was a bit sad. A bit annoyed, but yeah. I'm getting more into the rhythm of this game, and we'll see how it goes throughout the season. But I'm basically on comms duty every single day, so... yeah. Out of one and Dan White fighting it out in the middle sector. Out of one goes through. Well, that's nice. That's good for you, Irish. Nah, my results haven't been that great. Oh, and Alligator's round! And that is gutting for the Cadillac. I mean, I got a hang of it around Derby. Then, yeah, Silverstone I was just really bad and got a quali ban for my mistake. Then, yeah, I obviously started at the back around Zandvoort. And then I had wing damage for half the race because my pit box didn't change my wing. So I struggled through basically 18 laps of hards without a front wing. But still finished P10, so I was pretty happy with that race. And then, yeah, I obviously had the wheel glitch around Bahrain, but I was very quick around that track and would have definitely had the pace to at least fight for the win. But yeah, no, just a gutting race, but you know, happens. You can see some crazy action going on there. With F1 and Dan White, both overtaking Dealer. But hey, I had a P3 now in P2 in Abu Dhabi, so I think that. Well, it looks like Rattigan can't really smaller the gap here. Yeah, you do that, mate. It's F1. No, Alligator goes around the outside of F1 and is now trying to close in and so picks to fly. I mean, I'm looking forward to more races indeed, yes. Well, yeah. Well, have a good one, mate. If you don't come back. From the pit lane. And Alligator is around the outside of Pigs. Not enough for the move as Dan White and F1 trying to fight it out. But F1 stays ahead. And Rattigan can't really close the gap. Six more laps to go. And he's definitely going to go past now. Pix is going to hang in behind. Straight for 3 seconds. And Rattigan closed up 2/10 while Alligator is in the pits. Again. And I think that is a fate a lot of medium runners are going to run into. Because... Play with 3 seconds. Don't think his tires were that old. Basson is fighting for the podium with Bergen. Bergen had to let off, and Rattigan is closing the gap rather quickly now. He gained a second this lap. It could be that the mediums are not great. Let me have a look at what Alligator's tire were. Yeah, medium. Yeah, he had the medium from the safety car. So the mediums are struggling to go to the end. So Basson is now past Bergen, and let's have a look. The tires do not look great on the Zakimax car. And Rattigan is basically closing now multiple tenths per corner to his Zakimac. And at this rate, Basson might even have a shot at overtaking his Zakimac. Unless Bergen does something silly here. Yeah, Bergen does. Bergen goes through. And Rattigan is very close. And Pix and Marathon are still fighting. But also Pix tires should be giving up soon. Basson definitely lost some time because of fighting with Bergen. So looking at it now, he should not be able to fight him. Metaphon again gets overtaken by Pigs. Rattigan is now directly behind his Akimak. Is he able to go for it now? He's going to go for it now. Rattigan's in the lead. Well, man F1 is still fighting with Pigs. And Dan Wide Wasp. This is moving there. Rather dangerous here. And Zekimac's going to go through for now. Zekimac's going to be back in the lead. While Bergen now is not able to actually re-overtake him. Pigs is going to try to go for a move on Metaphon again. Metaphon does have the battery though. And yeah, the tyre advantage is now completely on Metaphon's side. Will Rattigan learn from his previous mistakes? Superior's round again. So Rattigan's going to deplete his battery and go ahead of Zakimak before the detection point again. And will get re-overtaken down the Camel Straight again. Basson has now dropped Bergen, and Basson has gained 2 seconds this lap on the 2 cars in front, but this is now too late for him to be able to fight for anything. But it will most probably be a P2, P3 for Basson. Unless it's going to be an absolute disaster for Zakimak on the last lap. Let me tell you what, his front right does not look great. Ooh. Dan White touches the gravel there. And yeah, Zakimak does not have the pace to follow Rattigan right now. And Basson is, yeah, not closing in anymore. And takes his round. And Zakimak doesn't even have battery anymore. And now Zakimak is mostly saving his tires. And Dit is knocking on the door here. Can he go and make a move? He does have the battery advantage over Nello. And he gets the overspeed. Can he get through? Alligator's also at the back there, but he can't make a move. Dit is through for now. And Alligator goes side by side and he's also through. And Alligator sticks it over and he makes contact and he's round. And he's going to try again now. And he's through. The thing is, if Basson didn't have to fight with Bergen that hard for a lap, and Rattigan wins here in Spa with a great result, with Zakimak in P2, Basson third, and Bergen is going to finish P4. Matt won, finishes fifth on track, but with a 10-second penalty, he's going to get down in the order, and there's, oh, what the fuck. Yeah, Alligator finishes 10th because of a 3-second pen. Nello finishes P8. Duna P11. And Craig's gonna finish 4th. Craig's gonna finish 14th. Needy Psycho makes it across the line, and Superior 4 15th. Thank you, Noodles. Have a good one, mate. Ratigan wins. Izaki Max second. Bergen probably would have been second if he didn't have to fight with Bergen for such a long time. And Bergen finishes fourth. The Bergen fan club does not see Bergen on the podium. But to be fair, that safety car basically decided which tyre strategy was the better one today. So yeah, it wasn't really down to strategy. It was just who starts on. Oh, he's doing the fucking gritty, man. Fuck off, Ratigan. Yeah. Driver of the day goes to Basson. Fair to be honest. Starting P9, finishing third. Dan White also with a good result. Nello starting 16, finishing 8. To be fair, also honourable mention there. Bit starting 17, finishing 9th. So yeah, no, definitely some decent races. And yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I have everything on. So if the lobby host needs to grab it, he can grab it here. I'm gonna have a look at if Marathon got 2 10-second pens. Well, my front left was 93% and I safe move to go to the end, so that was messed up. I mean, to be fair, like I said, the safety car decided which one was the better strategy. In all honesty, pace-wise, Alligator and you definitely did have the best pace. And considering you were going to be on the quicker medium for the second part of the race, you definitely would have had the advantage without the safety car. Not impressed by that last corner, but 17th to 9th still despite all that. Like, I mean, I would say that's a decent result, considering you also had a long safety car period. So yeah, great job from you, Bit. Fuck me, no pens for me. I mean, yeah, that's a good one, damn. And to be fair, I also had a good race. You also made up a lot of positions. So yeah. All in all, I would say we had some pretty decent races. There was definitely a few mentionable incidents, like the one from Mad of 1 earlier on. I hope that all gets reported and sorted. And yeah, I wish you all a happy start to the evening. Yes, Zakimak, the SC sealed it. Yeah, definitely. The safety car definitely sealed which strategy was the better one, and that was the medium runners at the start had the way crazier advantage there. Yeah. I wish you all a happy start to your evening and your weekend, and yeah, catch you all on the next one.